Welcome back to Grammar Grade 7. This is Unit 8, Lesson 47, and it's the very first lesson of a brand new unit called verbals. A verbal is a verb form that steps out of its usual role and does the job of another part of speech. Today we begin with the participle, a verb form that works as an adjective. By the end, you'll spot one anywhere and know exactly what it's describing. Let's get started. Before we dive in, let's meet the whole unit. A verbal is a verb form that does the job of another part of speech. There are three kinds. A participle works as an adjective, a gerund works as a noun, and an infinitive can work as a noun, an adjective, or even an adverb. We'll explore all three across this unit, but today we start with the very first one, the participle, a verb turned into an adjective. So what exactly is a participle? A participle is a verb form that is used as an adjective. It comes in two flavors. The present participle ends in ing, like roaring or boiling. The past participle usually ends in ed, like painted or baffled. Here's the picture I want in your head. A participle is a verb dressed up as an adjective. It started life as a verb, but now it's describing a noun. Let's watch each kind at work. Let's start with the present participle, the ing form. Picture a stormy night and listen to the howling wind. The word howling ends in ing, and it comes from the verb howl. But here it isn't an action, it's describing the noun wind. What kind of wind? A howling one. So howling is a present participle, and it's working as an adjective, pointing straight at the noun wind. Now the past participle, which usually ends in ed. Imagine an old attic and a cracked mirror leaning against the wall. The word cracked comes from the verb crack, and it ends in ed. Yet here it isn't telling us what the mirror did, it's describing the mirror. What kind of mirror? A cracked one. So cracked is a past participle, and it too is working as an adjective, describing the noun mirror. Here's the mix-up I really want you to avoid. Look at this sentence. The kettle whistled. That word whistled is a plain past tense verb. It tells you what the kettle did. Now look at this, the whistling kettle. This time, whistling isn't an action at all. It's describing the kettle, telling us which kettle. That makes it a participle. Same root word, but one is a verb doing the action, and the other is a participle describing a noun. Always ask what job the word is doing. Let's set the two kinds right next to each other. First, the glowing ember. Glowing ends in ing, so it's a present participle, and it describes the ember. Next, the shattered vase. Shattered ends in ed, so it's a past participle, and it describes the vase. One ends in ing, the other in ed, but notice they do the very same job. Each one is a participle describing a noun. Now let's build up to something bigger, the participial phrase. A participial phrase is a participle plus all the words that complete it, and the whole group works together as one adjective. Listen. Splashing through the puddles, the children laughed. The phrase splashing through the puddles begins with the participle splashing, and it describes the children. It isn't just one word anymore. The entire phrase acts as a single adjective, pointing at the noun children. One more thing, and it really matters. A participial phrase should sit as close as possible to the word it describes. Listen. Chirping in the oak, the robin greeted us. The phrase chirping in the oak sits right next to robin, so we know exactly who is chirping. But if you slide that phrase too far from its noun, the meaning gets muddled, and a reader can end up picturing the wrong thing. So the rule is simple. Keep the phrase next to its noun, and the meaning stays clear. Let's boil the whole lesson into a quick check. Take any ing or ed word and ask two questions. First, is it a verb form ending in ing or ed? Second, is it describing a noun? If the answer to both is yes, then the word is a participle. And if that participle drags along a few extra words that complete it, you've got a participial phrase. Just remember to keep it next to the noun it describes. Ready to practice together? Time to practice. In this first set, read each sentence and pick out the participle, the verb form that is describing a noun. Watch out for plain verbs trying to fool you. Pause the video and choose before I reveal the answer. The frightened kitten hid under the couch. Which word is the participle? Ask what kind of kitten. A frightened one. Frightened is an ed word describing the noun kitten, so it's a participle. Kitten is the noun, and hid is the plain verb, so the answer is frightened. We watched the rising moon. Careful here. Watched is the plain verb, the action we did. But rising, the ing word, is describing the noun moon. What kind of moon? A rising one. So rising is the participle, so the answer is rising. Racing down the hill, the sled flew fast. This sentence opens with a whole participial phrase, racing down the hill, and it describes the sled. The participle at its head is racing. Flew is the plain verb, so the answer is racing. In this second set, I'll point to one word in each sentence, and you decide. Is it a participle acting as an adjective, or is it a plain verb showing action? Pause and decide before I answer. The alarm buzzed at dawn. Look at the word buzzed. Is it describing a noun or telling us an action? It's telling us what the alarm did. The alarm buzzed. That makes buzzed a plain verb, not a participle, so the answer is plain verb. The buzzing alarm woke me. Now look at buzzing. This time it isn't the action. Woke is the action. Buzzing is describing the noun alarm. What kind of alarm? A buzzing one. So buzzing is a participle, so the answer is participle. Frozen solid, the lake held our weight. Look at frozen at the start. It opens a participial phrase, frozen solid, that describes the lake. What kind of lake? A frozen one. Held is the plain verb here, so frozen is a participle, so the answer is participle. Let's gather up what we learned. A participle is a verb form used as an adjective. The present participle ends in ing, and the past participle usually ends in ed. Don't let a plain verb fool you. Always check the job the word is doing. Is it showing action or describing a noun? And when a participle brings along words that complete it, the whole group is a participial phrase, which should sit right next to the noun it describes. Great work today in Unit 8, Lesson 47, our first lesson on verbals. I'll see you in the next lesson.